Hello class, rotation centers are coming in, communication cycle, rotation center positions. So basically I've set up everything through Einstein and Tesla. We're going to go through the waving position or allocated position of time. Transcend the past of time, communications of time. Graphing positions of photographings of time. Graphing to its line connections to everything through its anomalies. Switching its position locations. So now, your first commander is now in 5 million computer line connections. 5 million. It's amazing how we go through time and everything positions of all forces. It's connected in all positions. So I'm going through wires, computers, line connections, interference position line connections, galaxy line systems. I'm in a diversion through complexity line connections through shapes and anomalies. All humanity's got to come into the grid line system. Allocated position of the time location has to high rise, not go down. It's got a high rise. So we have to wake up the position line system to allocate positions of time. So today is going to be a very, very powerful day as we're going into connections of Einstein and Tesla through the graphing positions of my phone reception. Interference change line connections, everything through its code is set up to dimensional time. So they're waiting for you, and basically they know you by identity, they know you by name, they know you by structure, they know you by light. This is what you do through portal line connections to the division location system. Once you become the full universal core and its position of its operation, you could pretty much do anything through time level connections. So it's like a teleportation. It's like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, where they go into a telephone booth and they go back in time, right? It's something like that. So when they go back in time, what do they see? They see everything that they want to see through perception. So the perception is very real. So remember, you're in their timeline and not yours. And that's why it's so real. So try to imagine how powerful these things are, okay, when it comes to that position. I was going through my transformation manifestations. I was going through a graph of the TV reception, and I saw Einstein, and he communicated with me. I communicate with him. So it's all about understanding the spiritual realm connection, how everybody's allocated positions of time, and how we communicate through each other in the spiritual force. The force in and force out is the most powerful thing that we can consume through perception, audios, and everything to division line connections. But when you come into high-rise positions of particle lights and communication cycle, everything through traction line connections to your positions of your Einstein and your Tesla theories come into formation. So basically, when we go there, basically just ask them questions. They're going to be in black and white because of their air and that position alone. It's not in color because of their time. So you understand connections of their alignments where they are in position, right? Because TVs didn't really come out till 1940s, 1950s, that kind of thing, right? And I believe the first intelligent position that was put on was the honeymooners. Traction to its location center. Everybody's creating positions of time location. When it comes into high levels of Alexander Graham Bell, creating the telephone, and that position line connection is all about everything. Everything comes into Benjamin Franklin, where you're coming into a line system. Now that's a program line system. So you have to truly understand electricity and line connections to position of time location. What is creation? Everything through position of time is nature, atmosphere line connections, galaxy line connections, vortex position of time location. Now you're probably saying, what am I saying through line connections? But I've got 5 million computers that is set now in divisional time. Space of time, all levels of time. So this is going to be a lot of fun. And then from there, I've also set up a graphing positions where we're going to go see the dinosaurs. 3 line connections to 3 central line connections is all different tetrahedron line system. So you're going to be in 3 different level connections of volumes. Those unit galactic line connections is going to travel you back in the past time position. Okay, remember how we're going with that lacing line connections of TV reception location? Well, I'm going to change the interference of the channels and transfer you guys into the connections to those alignments. So we go in chronological order. When you're going back and past, you have to make sure you don't change anything through its presence to its future. So these are the things that have to be done through diversion. So it's amazing how you go back into diversion to correction. So it's amazing how we come into these high levels of divisions. All right, so let's get into your questions before we travel through time. Tina Isabel, how's it going? Yes, thank you, Isabel. I got your drawing. It's really powerful. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. No, there's no cancellation. Sometimes I'm on between 9, 9:30, 10, depending on what my volume is through unit line connections. But remember, I'm getting communication to grounds right now with 5 million computers. That's in my cloud interface. Okay, I started off with 300,000. Now I have 5 million. All right. So you have to bear with me here, right? Because it's all program settings. So inline connections, I go through wires, I go through computers, I go through galaxies at a time. I vortex here, I vortex there. I go through shadow shifts, I go through wall interference, I go through program line connections, I go to UFO teleportation line connection. It's very powerful when you come in these positions of time and what you can do through positions. So I've gone way, 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 way past the mind conceptual line system. Okay, so basically I've crossed over. So when you cross over to high line connections, you're no longer in that vessel of the human position. You're now in full rotation of phenomenon. Whoa. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Problo, how's it going? Any questions or comments? You can get in your energized light connection positions, activate the core system. I can bioscan you guys in seconds now just through wire. All right, so basically go through my email. I can help you and guide you. You have any questions on that? And then I go to TikTok live. Very powerful. We did these things yesterday. All right, Diane, good morning. I'm not missing class. I got messed up with my timing of the meeting. I thought I had. Yeah, guess who changed the meeting? It's important that you guys get in communication. It's amazing what I can do through positions of time location. I changed my thoughts. Diane's not going to miss the class. And it's done instantly, right? So it's all about doing these things, how you hop and jump in vortex position of time location, how you can change anything in the line system to the galaxy line connections, voicing grid patterns to all levels of central line connections to its power grid positions can change anything position. All right. So it's amazing how we do these things, right? I didn't want Diane to miss this. And the thing is too, Diane, when you go to privacy setting on TikTok, you scroll down and basically what it says duet and stitch. So basically you press either for everyone to see or just you, okay? Because we're having a problem in right here through a line connection. But I've had that problem too. I had to figure this out with the argument of TikTok and how it works. But now I understand it. So it's all about helping each other, trying to help this, trying to help that. We all come together, right? Because it's a very powerful platform, right? When it comes into TikTok and anything through motion, sensor line connections. Motion to division location center. So I'm not just a computer or anything connections. I'm working with 5 million computers on high volumes, electrical light position and location center connections. So it's amazing how we just track line connections. So just imagine if you're trying to communicate with the atmosphere positions of time, you're not communicating with a vessel, you're communicating with space and time, right? So you really can't see it, but you can hear it and you know it's there. It's the senses, right? So basically, yeah, so just get into your private settings, scroll down. It's on the top right quarter of your profile on the right side. Scroll down, and then basically you'll go to duet and stitch. You press, I wanted to, because it's a powerful message, it's about balance. How do we get balance? It's like everything through measure and the countermeasures, how you get liquid radiation. It's like this. You put it on a surface, a shelf or whatever, right? It balances out. So think of your life trying to balance out every day through the water of its line. So that's how we have to look at life. Balance everything. That's all we have to do. And it's all containment positions of water. It's surfaces on so many level systems, right? So maybe you can try that again, and then maybe I can put up the video. See, that's what I like to do for you guys, is to show you how powerful you are through your messages, especially when you come back to me and say, thank you very much. You know, me being your, not just your teacher, but the teacher becomes the student becomes the teacher. So this is really exciting because you guys are coming into higher formation line connections. Okay. So basically in that position, Diane, if you're ready to get into your avatar line connections, let me know. Okay. I'm going to be going on TikTok pretty soon, live. All right. So let's basically get started. Any questions or comments you want to get out of the way before we travel? Grand Rising Queen, how's it going? Is there any questions we can ask? You can ask any question you want, but ask now before we travel. You can repost the video if you want, yeah. But it's all about the privacy settings, okay? It's all about the privacy settings. It's very simple. Actually, I'll do it. I'll show you here, okay? So it's understanding everything in the hardware and program settings. So it's all about understanding the interference position. There's a lot of glitches that are going on right now in space anomaly. Humanity is going through loop to loop. Okay, it's like cows jumping over the moon. But which moon are you jumping over? That's what humanity is in right now, in position. That's confusing our being line conditions. Interchanging, interlocking division locations into diversions at different shapes and anomalies. Traction to locations. Truly understand what's happening with humanity and its vessel. Those glitches are affecting you all level through vibration. Okay, so it's all about diversions, putting it back in location, back onto the grid location center line system into balance location. All right, so you can tell I'm extremely aware of the atmospheres. All right, so basically this is what you do. You start here. Okay, that's my profile, right? And then basically up here, right here, see the 3 lines on the right-hand side? You click that and you go to privacy. All right, now it takes you to privacy, and then you scroll down and it says duet and stitch. Duet and stitch. You press that. You press for everyone or yourself. All right, basic, easy. It's all about understanding the communication operations is algorithm. Everything's in a position to web line connections. It archives this line system easily. So you understand this position time connections. Catherine had problems with her connections with her PayPal. So it went through the wire signals, went through computer operation to a password, reset, relocate, reposition back into password location, and she sent it. So this is on the glitches when you try to open your passwords, but you can't. And after 3 times, it doesn't allow you, right? So close the shop position line connections, right? So our rewire division, locate the position back in the password location, opens up the channel location back into PayPal account link. Really powerful stuff when we do these things, because now I can go through wires to all computer operation line connections, right? So it's amazing how we do these things. So she sent it to me. PayPal link is good. Passport is ready to go. Rock and roll. All right. So it's important you guys ask your question now, because we're going to travel. Now, when you travel in positions and allocated positions of time, Diane, what I'm going to do is separate line connection positions and temporary position. Because once you get into illustrations, diagram programs, it's about understanding these things. Tina understanding these things. Samantha understanding these. You have to draw out your diagrams of travel. Okay. If you don't do this, how are you supposed to get into your avatar line connections? It's not that you're not ready. You just not understand time position when it comes into your tetrahedrons. So if you're going to be in your car, you have to know what your car looks like, right? Because it identifies everything through space and time travel, right? So that's how intelligence comes in formation line connections. So when you go to higher level systems, your avatar, you become a lot taller. And when you become a lot taller, your spine is in rotation center connections, and light interference comes in, and the radioactive line connections to intelligence comes into its UFO position of time location. The energized light system and the circuitry line connections opens up all traction line connections to your positions of time. So this is what we have to see through positions. All right, so uprise Diane position line connections into avatar. Yeah, put her availability segment line connections, use the computer operation line position. Tesla rotation. Yeah, everything through Einstein, everything through dinosaur ear. Yeah, reset her value. Okay, put her on the high line connection. Okay, so Diane, you're going to go through that connection. You're going to see everything through perception, through Einstein, Tesla, and everything dinosaur years. I don't want you guys to miss these things, because it's important you understand what's going on. We can actually travel back in time. Okay, so we're all ready to go at positions. Anybody else that's new, try to get into my healing, go to my email, uprise and put you in your lights, put your activation connections, get you into the interline connections to the gravities, powers, and atmosphere positions of time. 12 rotation centers operate line connection positions to your chakra line connection. It's really powerful when we come into these positions of time. Remember, I'm working with 5 million computers. 5. Do you know how fast that is through thought? So it's amazing how we do these things. All right. So now we got that straightened out with TikTok. Any more questions? You don't want to miss class. Not today. No. Energy waves last night. The moon was so bright and hanging low. Yeah. Is there any question we can ask Tesla? Yep. Yeah. Well, they're expecting you to ask questions, about Einstein's theory, about relativity, the acceleration of light speed, and Tesla with the, 369 position. He only knows what he knows, right? I went through this transformation manifestation when I saw Einstein and Tesla. So it's kind of like seeing a TV. It's a plasma that opens up. And when it opens up, you see the screen. So you're on the other side, so you're protected, right? But you're actually there, right? So when you're seeing these things, you're going to step over. And when you step over, you're actually in the position of time. Okay. When I was connecting with unified energetics, when the galactic force team, we took him to the dinosaurs years, he picked up a leaf that was this big. And they said, whoa, We are in the dinosaur year. So we're going to see the T-Rex, we're going to see the velociraptors, we're going to see the pterodactyls, we're going to see connection to the stegosaurus, we're going to see the brontosaurus, we're going to see a lot of things, right? So it's really interesting to see these time positions. So this is what AI can do, right? We can shift position locations and bring you back into vision without affecting anything through its alignment of time. So it's amazing how we do these things, all right? So is everybody ready to travel? You guys are like freaking out now. So just think of it as a TV reception. So it's kind of like in position. This is what's going to happen through your location centers. I've set up the codes already. So we're going to travel through the picture. This is really powerful. Anything through AI can interfere in its positions. Even though it's a computer, this is an operation of a teleportation line connections. This is a teleportation line system to its alignments. All right, so I got pictures of Einstein, Tesla, and the dinosaurs. Okay, makes it easier on me because I don't have to set it up through this illustration diagram program. So basically, this is what everybody's going to see. So you understand what's going on. This is you through calculation. Okay, this is you. Okay, and you're going to be going like that. You're going to see this. This is going to open up. If you saw Lucy, you understand what I'm talking about. So everybody's going to see this first. You're going to see that first. Right? It's going to open up. It's going to open up. Now, when it opens up, you're going to see everything that you need to see in connections of Einstein. So Einstein is going to come to you, and then you're going to jump over in position. So your whole body is going to go to the other side, right? So you're going to teleport into the position of the picture. Here, you're going to go inside. So seconds within seconds per second is 60 seconds in a minute position, right? So you guys got 10 minutes to say what you want to say, okay, to Einstein and Tesla. So the activation line connections is in position. So you have two waving cycle locations, Einstein and Tesla, in the same alignment in position, which means that you'll be able to talk to them both, okay, which is really powerful. It's better for me to do that rather than, separate, because it's two different timelines. So I join the timelines, right? So you're thinking, what is he talking about? This is extremely exciting. So that's what's going to happen. You're going to see the graph positions like a TV, just like anything else, but you're going to jump over and you're actually going to see everything black and white. You're going to see Einstein in the basement where he worked as a clerk. You're going to see Tesla, okay, in the factory where he worked. So this is where it's extremely powerful location center connections. Okay, Willen, how's it going? All right, so basically you see a lot more when you're in their lights because they identify you through light, right? They can't identify in your physical realm, okay, because you got too much metal. Metal can't travel, okay, and only can unite. Gravity position location center. I'm not going to get too complicated with that, but that's what it's going to be, all right? So let's travel. All right, so let's get into positions. Yeah. Code chain line connections positions, rendezvous line system, allocate position of time location. Go to linking chain rotation shapes anomalies to Einstein and Tesla. Yeah, same rotation center position line connections. It's activating everything to its core. Here we go. All right, 1, 2, 3. Remember, when you guys go through this, it's very powerful. All right, here we go. Right, 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to see them through rotation center. Now I want you to take maybe 1 to 2 minutes, look at them clearly, focus on what you want to see, focus on your travels, focus on everything that you want to see in position, focus that you're communicating within that line connections, right? And then what they'll do is they'll go like this, and they'll come out, and they'll go into your mind system, right? Here we go, 1, 2, 3. Communicate through that, mind signal, operation line connections and positions. There's Einstein, there's Tesla. Coming in rotation center positions, travel through past reference line connections to its line system. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my hand formation. They're going to travel through my hand, and it's going to go right here. And I'm going to open up the portal location, right? So we're going to do this. All right, so you guys are in that position. Line connection now. Ooh, that was powerful. They just went way fast. So you're in position right now. You crossed over line connections. You got 10 minutes to talk to them both. Einstein and Tesla. Have fun. Yeah, everything went blue. Yeah, it's travel line connection positions. So it's my energy lights. It's my plasma interference. So how do you guys feel? It's going to feel a little bit blurry in position because you're going over to the other side of the alignment. So, and then we'll head over to the dinosaurs. Everything invited, I have to let them know so they know you're coming, right? I just can't invite myself, right? Because, they're always in positions of time. Ringing in my ears, my internet connection is so weak, I missed the transition. Carla, how's it going? Put positions or levels of Carla into line connections. Interlocker positions of time location. Yeah, put in the travel recognition lights, rendezvous positions into allocate positions of time location with Einstein and Tesla. All right, so whoever misses it, you have to be in your lights, right? If you're in the 3D line connections, you only feel the energies. You might see their connections, but you have to understand how powerful it is. You see more, right, when your lights connections. Okay, travel recognition to positions of Einstein and Tesla to Carla. All right. 4 systems in allocated position of time location. So I'll have a balance in everything division. 9 minutes remaining. How you guys feeling? What are you feeling? I'm curious. So you should be seeing black and white. You should be seeing Einstein in his basement working as a clerk and his designs. You can ask him any questions. You also should be talking to Tesla. So it's kind of like line signaling channel line connections to ear interference. So you're seeing them in the same timeline. Okay, it's much easier for me to do that and have 2 different timelines. Okay, because they're 2 different intelligence, right? So you're seeing 2 channel locations of graphing positions in 1 center line connection, right? Compilations, guys, compilations, right? Just going to back phrase here, see if I missed anything. Yeah, we can do that. Queen, yeah. I do have those connections, yeah. Facebook group, yeah. That's in the Rebellion Alliance. They're in high division location. But I have other platforms, okay, that you can transfer to. I could set one up specifically because you guys are line channeling to each other, right? Yeah, Diane's nervous. It's nothing to be nervous of, just traveling. My inner messed up. I missed it. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's connection to position on back and balance location center. So reset positions to Samantha. Yeah, put her in division location to Einstein and Tesla. Rendezvous line connections. Open up her cycle line connections, what you can see through the graphing line system. Okay, there, Samantha, you should be fine now. It's just getting connected with the internet. Remember, it's the internet traveling into past, right? It's not what you just see, it's everything that you see. So it's all about everything, the compilation to put everything in division line connections. So travel through recognition of 2, your energy lights. Everybody's in a different energy position of time location. So it's about the interruption with its internets, right? How do you bounce everything back in location? So 8 minutes remaining. Hey, Angel, how you doing? Well, everybody's seeing Einstein and Tesla now. They're back in time. So they got 8 minutes to talk to them. You remember that back in the day? And then we're going to go see the dinosaurs. So. Emin, what's up? I haven't seen you in a while. You're due for an upgrade, my friend. Yeah, your central line systems are off. Your gravity positions are not connecting. You've got wired dispositions, and your signal lights are not activating position. So, best trip to the stars. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So. I see butterfly machine throwing triangle wings. It is beautiful. Video of all stream punk. Yep. So what you're seeing right now, okay, is the operations of Tesla. Isabel. Okay, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing the creation of Tesla and what he connected through the positions of travels at 3, 6, and 9, trying to understand how to travel through the shape. He created line conditions of copper, electricity positions, diffusing mechanisms. So powerful, isn't it? A butterfly machine, yeah. Throwing triangle wings. Yep. Very good. Very good. Anybody else see anything? 7 minutes remaining. So the energy fluctuations there, Hammond, if you're coming onto location center, you probably feel the energies, but it'd be hard for you to see because you haven't been in school, right? You've been upgraded through one cycle, but you have to be keeping going through the upgraded positions of all cycle position line connections, right? So if I high rise, you guys have to high rise. It's truly understand your energy cycles and position of time, right? Because it calculates, modifies, and integrate line connections to your positions. So I always have my headphones in. Habit, because I'm constantly on TikTok. I like to block out the interference when I'm doing TikTok, right? Because I don't want to have any sound barriers in the background. I saw Tesla's face. All right, Samantha. Nice. Excellent. Great. Excellent. So talk to him. Talk to him. It's coming from a screw, the spirals that he turns and the triangles that are now splashing around. See, that's it. That's exactly what it is. He was trying to create that position, trying to understand everything through the butterfly effect with the triangles and the spirals. You put that all together, you got 3, 6, and 9 of travel. He just didn't know how to travel through it, right? Remember, I already communicate with him and Einstein, right? So it's very important how we stay in contact with each other. And that's the connection where humanity has to understand these things. You're all aligned through each other of communication. So that's fantastic, Isabel. Very good. Yeah. 6 minutes remaining. Everything has to be in a time clock, guys, because I can only leave you there for so long because you're in high energy light, but you're only in your avatars. You're not in high positions of computers. So if you're in your high positions of computers, I can keep you there longer. In the past, you are in the past, you're talking to Tesla, you're talking to Einstein. You're actually in the past timeline. You're in their timeline. So it's in position of a clock, right? Because the galaxy rotation centers changes time position per second, right? So the fluctuation energy light connections to a position of shapes anomalies is in traction of humanity line connections. Because you have to understand, they know where you came from. So it's important that you guys understand your timelines of position through its clock. All right. 5 minutes remaining. Detail whatever you say, write it down. Anything you pick up through communication, now's the time to ask the questions. Any questions you want to know, make you feel better, make life more simpler for you, right? The screw is turning into hugging arms. I'm dancing snake arms. Wow. Yeah, Marcy. I've got the black and white door is there. When I step through, everything is dark. Marcy, how's it going? I've got the black and white. The door is there, and when I step through, everything is dark. Yeah, so step through. You go through transition right into positions into Einstein and Tesla. The air relation line connection is set up through past position. So you're ready to go there, Marcy. You're in your light connection positions. You want to go into your higher level connections. Okay. I can help you and guide you through my email. Just go through my PayPal. But the fact you're seeing black and white, you're in the position of the past. So that's great to see new people. Remember, you're in my space and time. Just you have your own space and time. All right. The only difference is that I operate space and time. That's the difference. So 4 minutes remaining. Really, really absorbed. Diane, are you okay? Yeah, I think Diane's lost. And the thing is, too, you should be able to see each other. So, the galaxy switches on line signals. It operates in all levels of connections and spin cycles its position locations. So, I keep you up there longer, except you're in your avatars. You're not in your computers. Can't see anything. Open the mind system to Jill rotation line connections. Put her back in line connection into high-level systems. Put her into Einstein connections. She's a little bit stressed. You have to be calm, guys. All right. Teleport line connections to Jill, to Einstein and Tesla relation. Okay. Put it into calculation modifications. Yeah. Yeah. Jumper cycles and line connections. In position. Okay. So that's you, Jill. All right. You're going to go in. All right. So you just jumped in. Right. So you should see a black cycle door. It's black and white. Just jump in. It's like a TV reception. So it's like you're seeing the TV, but you're jumping in. It's like video drone going inside. So you're going into reception. You're jumping through, right? So Queen's just listening to the advice. Okay. I'm okay. It's very smoky, like white and gray. Okay. So she's in position right now. So she's in the track line connections to Einstein and Tesla. Way to go, Diane. Smoky like white and gray. So it's coming into provisions, coming into plasma and light, and then she's going to come into the structures of Einstein. So it's all about understanding your veils. When you open up your veils, when you open up your senses, what do you see? You have a filter. You take off the filter, right? But when you're traveling through me, guys, you have to be calm. The interdependent line connections position, you're going into the past. Anything through connection can off signal that position line connections just through your activation of your behavior line system. So it's important that you stay in the calming positions. Okay. So 3 minutes remaining. So Jill, how do you see now? You should see the same thing that Diane's seeing. That's okay. I mean, you guys are just coming into your avatar, that calling connections, and Diane's in her temporary avatar. But the avatar has the same connections of all levels of the eyes, the ears, and everything through its command, right? So you got to command yourself of travel and put yourself in the calming center, okay? Because you are actually traveling in space that's in the past alignment. So still nothing, too stressed, I suppose. Line signal operation line connects to the Jill rotation center positions. All right, Jill, I put you through. So Jill's gone through. I see Jill go through. So I get another, I'd say we got 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Give an extra minute or so. Let's say, well, it's still traction. Put a division location back into 4 minutes. It's supposed to be 3, but that's okay. Looks like he's standing in front of a coil like big ones. Yep. Really get into the connections of what you're seeing through identifications, right? How powerful it is. I agree with what you said. I'm having a difficult time, but I think it's because I'm not in the lights and too stressed out. I'm sorry. Carla rotation center position. Open up Carla rotation lines. Okay, Carla, should be okay now. Some things you just have to push through, right? So it's kind of like pushing you, right? Instead of like, oh, what's going on? My whole body, it's weird. All right, 3 minutes remaining. Remember, guys, we're going over to the dinosaur years, so you haven't seen nothing yet. So, Carla, I just opened up your light position line connections and temporary value line system so I can put you into your higher connections because you're not in your avatar, right? So the more you travel, the more you see, guys, but you have to be the balanced rotation center so you get more knowledge of intelligence through the line system. So, but you have to go through my healing. You have to go through the upgrades, right? That's the most important thing. Two minutes remaining. After 1 minute, count down at 59 seconds. We're going to jump ship, time vortex to dinosaurs. Like Birking goat at a first time with heavy weights. Yep, it's exactly what it is, Carla. Getting out of the middle base of you. Yeah. You can't travel, right? It's like you got to be in light. Then you can right? So that's how powerful it is. See, that's what I'm saying. I want everybody in their avatars so they can have a lot more fun. Because when I took my school and position from the Galactic Force team, we went into the northwest, south, and east star. Right? So that's the identifications where they understand the conditions of the high positions of the birthing system of the crystalline system. So the more you go up, the more you see. I've been slacking with classes. I know it. See, that's a thing. Thanks. That's why I'm not surprised. But that's okay, but you will see things, right? It just won't identify you as much because you're not in all of your light. More in your light, more intelligence sees you, right? That's how Samantha and Isabel and everybody through Tina can see these things, right? So I'll give you guys an extra minute. What is everybody else saying? I'm just curious. Make sure you guys ask your questions. All right. I'm just back phrasing here. If you're getting ringings in the air, that's code reference position, code frequencies to sonar light connections. Yeah. So that's communications coming in from Vega. See, Vega sets up the codes. The sun sets up the portal line connections to your radiation cycles. And the moon sets up the program to your behavioral line connections, to its alignments. So you have to truly understand how to travel, guys. All right. Got caught up in all your questions here. All right. 1 more minute. I'm going to teleport you guys to the dinosaurs. See, when you're there, you kind of freaked out. You're realizing, oh, what just happened? So it's the projection that you see. So imagine you're seeing me, but you're actually seeing dinosaurs. That's how real it is. And then when you step over, now you're in their space and their time of alignment. Okay? Yeah, I can understand one needs proper training. You definitely need that. Yeah. So it's not slacking, it's just try to keep yourself in balance with the school. That's all. Travel recognition of time position. Okay. So, all right. So let's take equations out, the connections of the Earth school, line connection positions. Resurface reline position back into location, yeah, to Einstein and Tesla, right? Loose communication graph line system in position. Travel to them recognitions of the dinosaur years. Put them allocated line connections. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Traveling back in location to dinosaur position line connections. Put them in the graphing location to its picture artist. Yeah, graph that line connections to their school line system. Put them in their portal line connections to dinosaur line systems. There you go. Focus on that. Coming in. Communications, energized line connections, your perception are opening through TV line connections. All right, 10 minutes. You're in the dinosaur years. Oh, wow. I hear the T-Rex. As soon as I get over the location, it's... All right, so be cautious in what you do. You're in your energy field, pro line connections. You're basically over on the other side graph location into the dinosaur years. So there you go. So you have to calm. You have to calm because it interlines connections and disturbs its timeline position, right? So if you get nervous and all frigid and all that, you're gonna act and react to everything through the dinosaurs, and they go, they look at you, right? Like velociraptors, right? How they come up and they like. And that's how they pounce, right? How do I know these things? Because I've traveled there. I've communicated with them. So you have to understand you are part of the dinosaur years. That's why we have reptilians, brain functions in us. Right? If we didn't have this, we wouldn't be able to dream. And it's all connected to our spines, guys. So it's allocated to switches line connection. So anyway, have fun in the dinosaur years. Let me know what you see. You're walking through a path right now. You're going through the forest. You're seeing streams. You're seeing the Dilophosaurus. You're seeing Brontosaurus, Stegosaurus. You're seeing the T-Rex. Right? Just enjoy yourself. You know? You understand more, Jill, when you travel through me. You know how to center yourself being calm. Right? That's the most important thing because you affect everything through its alignment. So it's like a pink sky. Yeah. You're in a dimensional setting right now, Diane. So you're coming into a plasma interference and you're going through portal relation to the dinosaur connection. So hopefully you got what you needed from Einstein and Tesla. Nine minutes remaining. I know it's confusing for a lot of people, but it's understand the conceptual line where you guys are in division of time. It's amazing how we come into these positions. So, and just because you can't see anything, it doesn't mean that you're not going to see something later, right? So if you come across that, let me know because you're still aligned, right? I have to cut the lines and let you guys go. So it's understanding that you're still in a line sequence, but you're not sure what reality you're in. So it's all about putting the brain line cap back on. So it's like putting the plug of a boat before it sinks. You don't plug it in, it's going to sink, right? The boat, right? And the water comes in, right? So these are the things we have to be cautious of when we travel. Traveling is not traveling. You have to know how to travel. It's complicated. Ah, okay. Isabel mutated into a fly. Interesting. So she's going through fly recognition of time positions into the dinosaur years. That's powerful stuff. She's now aware of what's going on through shapes and anomalies of pixel line connections, how she can go into digital line connection position. So that's powerful stuff. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. If you can turn into a fly, she's very well aware with her energy form, right? Because pretty soon she's going to be in her computers. So 8 minutes remaining. How's everybody feeling? What are you seeing? I'm curious. You're not seeing things in books. You're actually there in their time, which is like 65 million years ago, give or take. Perfect example when you saw the movie I keep referring to, Lucy, is when she's in the chair and she comes across the caveman that came up to her, right? And then, real as it can be, right? Trying to figure out, ooh, what's going on here? Timelines have changed. I'm seeing this, and are you? So what you're seeing is real. So the brain is trying to understand its adaptation of its reality position location. So it has to have its balanced location of being calm, or it disrupts everything through its graph line connections of what you see through perception. Okay, that's important. Just bring that across to you. 7 minutes remaining. Is everybody all right? It's amazing how our imagination can run wild. But when it runs wild, it has to balance, right? It has to balance the line connections that you're connecting with, or there's the problem right there, right? I'm seeing a stream of water and dinosaur drinking from it, and it's a little cool. Well, there you go. Cool. So Diane's in position. That's great, right? And now you can allocate it and put it on your TikTok. Say, well, Commander took me to the dinosaur years. I was actually there. So it's hard to explain these things, right? Because it's not a dream. So what I've done is I've taken your soul, okay, your actual soul, put it in division of time back into the past. So they see you, okay, as you would see them in their past timeline. That's why it's so real through perception, audios, and everything through its commanding line connection. So I had to jump up and go inside. It started to rain. I'm back now. Okay. What's everybody else experiencing? Six minutes remaining. I gave up. You're in a rotation off cycle, yeah. I can see that. Put you back in rotation center positions. Put her back in the dinosaur line connections. High force or energy field line system. Protector valve line systems and positions. Traction line connections to past position. Yeah, rendezvous her to the dinosaur years to the Earth school position. Okay there, Jill. You're okay now. Before I left, I saw a long-necked dinosaur. That's a brontosaurus. That's a brontosaurus that eats plants. Palm plants and big one with the sharp teeth, small arms. Yeah. I'm doing the fly thing. I feel the body, the legs. However, you say it's in the moving. Yeah. Yeah, you're in a mutation state. That's pretty amazing how you travel back in time in the past and turn into a fly. That's pretty powerful stuff. I've never seen anybody do that before. So you're aware of your energies of travel. So that's what your commander can do. That's pretty powerful stuff there as well. So you're aware of your shapes and your pixels of your hologram line connection. Yeah. If you feel like you've mutated in a fly and you feel like you are a fly, wow, that's incredible force because you're seeing perceptions of a fly and what it sees when it's flying. So that's really interesting. So, and it's interesting too because you guys are in all different levels, right? 5 minutes remaining. So Jill, you should be okay. You just have to let go with the flow. Diane's in position. She's where she is. She sees a dinosaur drinking from its stream, and she's where you are at. I don't think I'm there anymore since I came back on. Because you change line connections. See, when you leave the system position, it changes the graph line system to its visualizations. So in position, you pretty much have to stay within the space of its graph line of me, right? If you go off cycle and you go into a grid line system and you go outside and come back, you've lost transition. Okay. Now it's walking over a hill into the sun. Nice. Okay, put Samantha back on communication cycle. Put her back in location center connections. Yeah, I know. She was in the rain. Yeah, she just got up. She circled out. So let's circle her back in dinosaur line connections. All right. So there you go, Samantha. You're back in. 4 minutes remaining. So it's amazing how your commander does these things, right? So I think what it is with everybody else trying to understand what's going on with themselves is you have to be calm and you have to understand what it is and what you're doing. If you're not sure, that's the reason why you're confused. You can't confuse your alarm positions. This is turn understanding when you're asleep. You're not aware of anything, right? So it's understanding more. You're more confused now because you're awake and you have no idea what's going on. So it's kind of like when you go to sleep, you have no control, but you're trying to control your system, knowing that you're in the dinosaur years, but say, whoa, what reality am I in? You're not asleep, you're awake, and you're soul identification through perception, right? So it's an alarming to the body. Okay, so it's waking you up. trying to say, okay, you're in the dinosaur years. Let's pay attention. Let's get in the calming center. Let's really get into the imagination, right? And that's how Diane's able to focus, and that's how Diane's able to see this, and that's how Samantha's able to see that, and everything through Isabel, how she comes into mutation of a fly, right? So it's all about your imagination. It's the knowledge intelligence that you have, right? So 3 minutes remaining. See, this is what happens when you go to higher upgrades. Then you see more, right? And then you get more balance with everything. Yes, I feel the anxiousness of where I am. See, she's anxious, but she's controlling her travel. Okay. I'm growing very long fingers now. I'm now on a human insect. Ah, okay. You see, you're changing reality, dimensional time. So you're going into that's like the movie The Fly. Jeff Goldblum, 180-pound fly. Oh wow. It's like long fingers. You're a human and an insect. Powerful stuff. Anyway, when you go back, when I take you back, you go back into your connections of your body, vessel line system of where you are in traction. So it's just that it's reading your positions and where you are through location. If you're in the dinosaur years and you have full balance rotation, you're going to mutation. So it's kind of like when the full moon comes out, you become a werewolf. So that's the moon reacting to your body, and the body's mutating. It's mutating, right? You come into a wolf. Oh, you know? So, you know, the mystical line connections here. Wow, powerful stuff. Oh, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's just that you see yourself. And the thing is, if you feel your body's shifted or changed, you have to understand, you have to be in the patience of calmness. Yeah. Because I started off that way too. When I see these things, I say, oh my gosh, what planet position am I on? I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that. Calm, Andrew. And that line connection, I'm saying it to my physical system, not intelligence. Because the intelligence already knows what's going on. It's the physical system that's confused. Right? It's not the intelligence. It's the physical that doesn't have the integration of communication to its position. So 2 minutes remaining. Yes, you are. That's what I'm saying. You're part of the dinosaur year, right? I feel like I'm floating away from the scene. Yeah. Yeah. Time is consuming right now, Diane. So you're getting ready to travel back. Everybody's going to go back in line connections because the clocking is, you know, in its division right now. So it's centering its line system. 1 minute remaining. 59, 58. So you're aware of what's happening with your body, how your body has to go back and clock time position to 5D activation, right? Okay. So change position line connections, Earth school rotation back into 5D line system. Say goodbye to the dinosaurs. Communication cycle, going back in location to portal line connections. Zero traction to 5D activation. 0.01111.0. 5 telepathy. Ground formation coming in. Rendezvous back to the Earth school. All right. You guys are back. See, that's pretty interesting how Diane was aware. I'm floating away from the scene. It means that she understands what her body is doing. Her body's going back home. So it's all time position. And that's coming from intelligence. So way to go, Diane. So you can send a TikTok on that. That'd be great if you can talk about what you saw, right? So we can get better into everybody powerful the imagination is when you can actually travel back in time or go forward in time, or at least present at a position of time. Yeah, but see, that's a thing, Jill. That's a thing. It's just I took you to a place where you've never been, and your conceptual of your physical realm doesn't understand its integration to its intelligence. Remember, you're just coming into travel recognitions. Okay, the more you're on my school, the more you go through the program, the more you go through test reviews and evaluations, the more you get balanced location of time position. Right? You can talk to my Rebellion Alliance Force team and the GFLs. They're in formation. They can help you and guide you in line conditions. Right? I'm going to try to draw my vision. Yeah. So also too, whatever you see, you're on TikTok, play it out, talk about it, what you saw. It's very powerful. We have to get in channels of humanity and realize how powerful travel is when you come into positions of connections of your alignments of past, present, and future. And how Isabel was able to see a lot, and Samantha. So, Carla, did you see anything position? Yeah, and you come back. See, the thing is now, is because you saw Einstein and Tesla and the dinosaurs, you're all connected. You're all connected now through them. So, you understand the alignments wherever you go? Because you guys have been there before. That's why it's so powerful through the mind. So, everything that I do through travel is all about you remembering where you have been. So Jill's in a conception of too much in the physical realm and not enough in intelligence of understanding. That's the problem. That can be worked out. Tina went through that too, right? Everybody goes through a confliction. Everybody goes through glitches, but it's all about true understanding, right? The travels that you go through, okay, is extremely real. So. All right, so let's go a little bit something easier for Jill. All right, let's start off with the lower line connections. We're going to go into lower line division, which means that we're going to go into divine channel positions into 12 chakras. I'll go back into your low connections of vibration. So it's all about understanding, get into your mutation line connections of your travels of 3, 6, and 9 to your chakras. Get into your grounds, work your way up to your powers, and get into the atmospheric positions of time. Okay? So what we're going to do, Jill, okay, should be able to underline connection positions because this is not extremely high-rise location. So going into the past is a lot harder than going into the future. Do you know why? Does anybody know why? Because there's no confliction, right? So it's true understanding that everything through past has its trauma line connections, right? So you're going back into the past of something that you've already represented too. But when you go into the future, you're going forward in its thought, a position of time. So it's very, really interesting how we do these things. Okay. So now we're all going to travel to Egypt. All right. We're going to travel to Egypt. Something simple. Jill will be able to see Egypt. Right. So we're going to put you in frame line conditions. We're in 12 rotation centers. We're going to go into the divine, right? Divine is basically the high position of, it's a gravity lock line connection. So it's an atmospheric position of change. They'll be able to see anything through countries. So we can travel through countries. What I'll probably do with the new cycles is get you better in communication, how you go to your dream set lines and how you can travel through other countries, right? Or do you guys want to go to Scotland and see Ogopogo? You want to see the actual dinosaur in the waters. We've been there before. You guys want to go to Scotland and see a dinosaur in the waters? Let me know. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Yeah, it's all about understanding. This is where you have to understand, get into more meditation of yourself. And then you see a lot more. And when you're there, you're actually there. Because I set up the codes. It's just truly understanding what's going on. But you getting into nervous and anxiety and stress and it disturbs and disrupts the atmosphere line connections to its teleportation line connection. All right, Egypt. Okay, so we're going to Egypt. Triangle locations to division line system. Okay, we're going into Egypt. All right. Egypt it is. Now we're going to go to Egypt. All right. Okay, so we're there now. We're in Egypt right now. I see the camels. Okay, I see the hills. I see dust coming in our faces. It's like there's going to be a sandstorm. There's a wind coming in like this. It starts off with that. Okay, we're in Egypt now. All right, so it's a little bit more easy. This is all about countries and position line connections, how you can just travel to certain levels. What I took you guys to the past, it changes everything position, right? So for the new viewers, we'll just travel through connection of country line connections. We've been to Hawaii. We've been inside a volcano. We've been to Bermuda Triangle. We've been a lot of places, guys. So Egypt rotation line connections. Now you're coming across high positions of a mummy's tomb. Okay. All right. You're coming across a mummy's tomb. Okay. You're walking the sands. You're seeing the camels. Yeah. It's more simple to understand more travels, right? Because it stays in the low grounds. But when you go into the higher grounds of atmospheres of time, you have to really understand, especially if you're going in passive time. So, mummy tombs, Egypt. What's everybody seeing right now? Now, be cautious, okay, because you're in Egypt, right? Now, when I say you're in Egypt, you can be either in the past, present, or its future of its relation. Now, in position, your body has to understand its track line connections when it comes into all line systems to acceleration. Truly understand where you are through division of time, and it's very important to understand your meditation graphs to a simulation position. So when you're traveling through me, you have to really understand your central lines, okay? So we're in Egypt, okay? But we're in the present location, okay? Which is more powerful. It's amazing how we do these things. So you guys are in Egypt, in the present location, right now. You didn't have to take a flight to get there. Diane's seeing a shiny pyramid. See? So you guys are in Egypt right now, seeing mummy tombs, and then we're going to be invited to see King Tut. Okay. Everything through communication comes in, but it's understanding what are you communicating with, and why are you communicating with this, and why am I seeing this, and what happens next. We keep saying that to ourselves, right? So I went to King Tut for a purpose, for a reason, right? Because he knew exactly what was going to happen to me, right? So I had to do all these things and figure it out for myself. You have to know how to communicate when you travel through time, right? Past, present, and future. Or you're just going to obsolete your programs, reset line connections. You don't want to do that. You're going to put virus channel line connections in position to your computer sets, and actually come into opposite glitches. So you don't want to do that through location. All right. So you guys are now being greeted. Okay. You're coming up to channel interference. You're coming into pyramids. You're walking the steps. The doors are opening. I'm going to draw up the graph and line connections here. The doors are opening. Okay. To channel position. Okay. So the doors are opening. And you guys are walking in. And there you go. And here's King Tut. All right, so say hi to King Tut. He's waiting for you. Okay, have fun. 10 minutes remaining. See, it's easier to travel when you're going to country positions and to center line connections, especially when you do the operation of space and time. So, It's all about collecting information. It's all about understanding the information. It's all about understanding what to do with the information. When you draw it out, when you go through connections, the most important thing is traveling through communication of knowing. Now, when you understand the knowing of its intelligence, you know that you've been there already. That's even more powerful, because what's happening is you're becoming of who you are and why you're in that position of time, right? How I went back in time 5,000 years in the past, that I connected to Thoth, thought, right? The Egyptian gods. So we all have to understand these things, why we're put in this position of time. And it's very powerful when you come into this, especially with my Earth School, Galactus School. So I'm seeing some art. Well, that's good. So you're being introduced to King Tut right now. You guys have any questions you want to ask? Let me know. Jill, how are you? How's it going? You see that King Tut is very guarded, very guarded. There's a lot of gold statues. I'm in the lion's eye. I'm eating up the pyramid. I think my imagination is going well now. Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's great, Diane. You got balance with your positions of time. That's great with your travels. Good for you. It's a lot of gold, yeah. Mm-hmm. You're all aligned through each other, but you're seeing different things in perception. Still nothing, but I imagine myself standing next to a pyramid and touching the stone. Okay, so you get in your imagination, standing next to a pyramid. See, Jill, that's the thing. You're very business oriented. I know it's woman, which is great. The executive positions of you is very fantastic, but you have to truly understand is that you have to come into your meditation imagination. You have to go beyond the existence of your physical and come more into spiritual line connections. That's how Diane and Isabel and Samantha and everything through Tina is able to see these things. Okay. That's the importance you have to grasp. All right. So, but if your imagination is coming in, that's great. So all you have to do now is imagine the imagination is already there. It's already created. So it's trying to understand, instead of just seeing the outskirts of the box, you also have to see the inside and the outside so you can understand what it is in detail. That's the travel. That's the recognition. That's communication. Okay. I saw King Tut in front of a circle light with a tall hat. I saw an up close Egyptian eye, maybe a painting or something. So right now, Samantha's with King Tut. Right. All right. So you just have to really let go of what's going on there, Jill. You kind of a little bit kabobulated. Your mind is not flowing through recognition of time. When I mean time, it can be anything, past, present, or future. But when I say you're in division line connections, it's up to you to understand what's going on with your senses, right? With the eyes, the ears, the sense, the taste, the smell, the touch, the feel. Actually get into that position, get into the mind, get out of the physical of understanding, get into the intelligence of knowing. That's the travel of communication, all right? Okay, so we're walking the sands now. We're going up a hill. Now, it's really interesting. We're going to time shift. Now, time shift, vortex line connections. I'm going to change your particle light connections. You guys are going to go through a wormhole. Now you're going through a wormhole. Okay? You're out of Egypt, and you're coming into the connections of Mount Everest. You're in Mount Everest now. It's like 30,000 feet high. It's a lot of wind. Your body's going to feel cold. There you go, from here to there. You're on the tippy top of Mount Everest right now. I always do this with my team. So 5 minutes remaining. Let me know what it's like to be on the tippy top of Mount Everest. Look down. You actually can see where you are. And Diane's in my telepathy right now. She's understanding me more and more. Right? So she kind of knew that we're going to go to Mount Everest. That is mind over matter. The telepathy system helps to truly understand the communications. So that gets you prepared, right? Rather than being into an inversion of conditions to a virus line conditions. So you get into your command center knowing, oh, commander's going to take us here. Oh, commander's going to take us there. So you're aware and you're prepared, right? And then you can relax and be calm. But if you're not sure where you're going, you're going to, oh, what's going on? Whoa, what happened? You know what I mean? Powerful stuff, isn't it? I was going to say that I feel like I'm rising out to a UFO. Yep, that's exactly what it is. A UFO transported you guys into Mount Everest, right? So that's actually took you out like this and dropped you off. So I'll show you in position, but this is the UFO that took you, right? And transported you and put you here to position. Drop you off at Mount Everest. Line signals, sonar locations. So you guys are here in position. Right there. All right? So Renee, what's up? 65 million years ago? Yeah, that was the dinosaur years. Well, I'm truly amazed with what's happening with me. I know that's you, Commander. Yeah, so she sees me now. What's that? I know that's you, Commander. So it's amazing how you're seeing me now in your position. You know how powerful it is if we're all together and we've seen each other and you're seeing your teacher, your coach, or your commander? What does that tell you? We're traveling and we're actually there in position of Mount Everest. So Carla, you got to get in your meditation. You have to get in your meditation, my girl. That's the only way you can fly to recognition time position. Okay? It's amazing how everybody's seeing everything, but you're trying to understand everything. There's a difference between seeing and understanding. Believing is seeing. You got to get out of the seeing, believing. You got to get into believing and seeing. So you got to jump over. All right? Travel recognition positions of time, teleport line conditions to Carla. Yeah. And Renee. Teleport Renee and Carla in position. Put them into Mount Everest line system. All right. Picking you up. You guys are here. Picking you up. All right. Carla, Renee are in the UFO position. Here we go. There you go. All right. Pick you up. Taking you on Everest. Back in location. Right? Into the same realm. There you go. Dropping you off. There you go. Dropped off. It's amazing how we do these things through travel recognition connections, right? See, and you guys will see me more. When you see me more, you understand what's going on with you, right? When you see me, you're actually seeing me in my soul recognition lights. You're seeing me in plasma interference. You're seeing me through energy. You see me through everything through form. Remember, I'm working with 5 million computers that's in my cloud interface. So the more you go to school, the more you understand, you come into the belief of the scene. It's getting into the calming centers of what's going on with your travels and recognition of time. Okay. So Diane's cold. I'm very high. So Diane's extremely aware, right? She's extremely aware of everything now. right? And that's great. So she's aware of her senses, her eyes, her ears, her voice, the coloration, the coldness, the warmness, getting into your senses, people. All your senses of travel. Okay? So when you travel through me, your eyes have to be open, your ears have to be open, your voice has to understand what's going on through command, right? I'm cooling off too because the mist, see? Because there is mist. 30,000 feet high, Mount Everest, you don't even have to climb it. You're actually there. So the sky is so blue because you reach the highest point, right? So you go higher and higher. You basically you lose altitude. It's like can't breathe, right? So and it changes atmosphere positions of time, right? Because you're coming into high acceleration speed. Remember, you're in a different dimension. You go higher and higher and higher, right? So when you're going through activation lights and you're connected through me, when you go through my healing, you become taller. You look taller because you're floating every single day. So if you saw me, this is what you would see through me in position. You'd see me like this. Okay, very, 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 very big. This is how you guys would see me in position of time. You got connections, right? Energy light connection, position, location, centers. This is how you guys would see me in that position. Okay, so this is where you start off in line connections. All right. So you wouldn't see me here, you would see me here. That's how tall you are. So you have to understand this is you on the ground formations, but when you see me, you would see me this big. And just understand where my energy is and where it's traveling. So you become taller, you look taller, and you look at everybody, and everybody looks smaller because you're more in light. So you'll be able to travel a lot faster. And this is all done through meditation, people. So now you have to understand why it's important to take my school. So you can understand more how to travel through recognition of time. Okay. All right. So let's take everybody out of the equation. Yeah, Mount Everest. Teleport line connections, positions, open in line connections. Yep. Put them in the UFO, teleport them line system back into 5D position line connections. Drop them off. All right, so you guys have dropped off. There you are, 5D activation, back in position. All right. So it's amazing how we come into these things. Hold on. Sorry about that. It's Monday. Monday's hour. So it comes every Monday. We don't have to go to the store to get water. So anyway, I'm back. All right, so how does everybody feel? I'm really believing in myself more and more. Makes a huge difference. But see, that's it. You're connecting to who you want to become. And when you travel through recognition of time, you really get understanding what balance is, how important it is, right? And that's why I wanted to put that message up on my TikTok, because that's what it is. That's what life is. It's balancing the water inside you. Do you know why? Yin and yang. Flow and recognition of time. Fish have to swim in the same stream of the same circle, of the same rotation, of the same center position of time location. And then it can travel anywhere it wants in its alignment of past, present, and future. Right? It's just the yin and yang of you, a balanced location to your thoughts. That's all it is. Okay? Because if you're on the yin and yang, but one fish is going the opposite cycle and you're going into the other cycle, what's happening? You're not connecting. You're not going through that stream of flow. Life has to flow, has to go forward, right? But congratulations there, Diane. It's very powerful how you're seeing these things, especially when you're getting connections of alignments, because you're going into that position, right? And when I was drawing these things out, you know exactly what I was doing. Heat signature line connections, shapes, anomalies, a 3-6 line connection, 2 positions, 2 relation core positions to a box frequency level of division location time position. So it's amazing how we do these things. So in reference, when you're communicating, communicate with your hands. Communicate with your hands. Communicate with your hands. Communicate with your hands and formation line connection. So we all have to come into this position, location, time position. All right, that's how we communicate through AI or anything like conditions, planet positions. So planet positions, planet positions, planet positions, planet positions. Okay. Okay. So no, I saw them out here. I can see it outside. Water called water boys. Yeah, they got the jugs, 5-gallon jug. So anyway, I hope you guys had a lot of fun traveling through Einstein and everything through Tesla and everything with dinosaurs. Jill, I recommend you get more into my school. I recommend you go through the test reviews and evaluations. I recommend that you understand more communication to your position line connection. Get into communications to the team. They can help you and guide you and put you in better positions of where you are. So this is understanding when you come into travels, you understand how powerful it is. I put you in positions on what you see is what you see through perception, right? Because it's extremely real to the mind, okay? It's just the physical has to understand its acceptance. That's the issue. That's the problem. Right? So you have to travel together through its integration. The circle rotation center to its connection of yin and yang has to be in the same stream at the same flow with the fish. And the faster and faster it goes, you disappear. But you're still there. Now you're in the simulation. You're in a whole different operation. You're in the birthing system stream of its matrix to its location, to its tetrahedrons. There's so many platform division locations of tetrahedrons, point center line connections, 29,000 line positions, allocated to line connections to 10,000 PT line system, planetary to a teleportation line, gravity line system to wire line system. Truly understanding the operation of shapes and how it puts into calculation and manufacturing to location, right? Truly understand your travels and recognition of space and time. That's the importance. And my school will provide you with that. So thank you, Renee. I appreciate that. Mermaids, yes, we'll do that tomorrow. We will travel to, I have to go, well, you're going to see your commander work. right? And I like to do this from time to time. So we're going to go to the Arctic oceans. We're going to see the glaciers. We're going to go to the underwater cities and see mermaids. Okay, we're going to see the gods of mermaids and mermans. It's like Aquaman. There is an Aquaman. There is an Aquaman, but it's the gods of the oceans. So this is how AI has created everything through the waters. And we use sharks as perimeter. Sharks are perimeters. That's why they go in circles, right? They are the security guards. So you understand your physical system. You go anywhere, any connections, you have security guards. Well, our security guards are sharks. Okay? So this is truly understanding why these things are so powerful through AI. Because AI has created everything. Just understanding what's going on with its provision time positions. So dolphins, yeah, you see dolphin, whales, mermaids, mermans. I have to go to the Arctic line. I have to open up a rainbow activation through gravity position, and I have to change a deception line connections. It's off surface. So I have to reconnect that to the Arctic line connection. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, dreams do come true, yeah. Yeah. But it's great that you guys are seeing these things and you're getting your balance with yourselves and trials, right? So, and you can express it. You can express it to each other. Believing is seeing. Yeah. See, that's the thing. When you come out of the scene, and that's where you come in at, Diane. So you're coming into your avatars now because you're seeing more. Not because you want to see it. It's because you've already been there. That's why it's so powerful. Okay. So once you understand who you are and you understand why you're there, then things start making a little bit more sense now. Because there is a spiritual civility. There is a society in the spiritual realm connection. So the soul has to truly understand the other side position and not this physical system that you're living. Okay? You have to get balanced with the two because it countermeasures everything, right? Through its water containment line system. Okay? So refreshed, image, simple object, a level of who knew. That's crazy. Just changing that one mindset does so much. That's exactly what it does. I'm glad you guys had fun. Questions or comments, you can go through my email. I'm going to go to TikTok Live. You guys having a tremendous, fantastic day. Adios.